What's up, Warriors? Welcome back to Warrior House DIY. I'm JR, and I'm going to show you how to deal with that stubborn or clogged drain in this video today. So we're going to cover a couple different techniques, all involving simple household items that you probably already have around the house. If not, for a couple bucks, you can grab them at your local convenience store, hardware store, or grocery store for that matter. So let's get into it with the sink first, and then we'll jump into the toilet shortly after that. When it comes to dealing with a slow or even completely clogged sink, whether this is the bathroom or the kitchen, they're all going to be pretty much the same. The only caveat might be in the kitchen if you have a garbage disposal hooked up. We'll get into that a little bit later on. But first, we're going to treat these the same. You've got gunk, whether it's in the kitchen and it's food buildup, or it's in the bathroom and it's hair and other bathroom-related gunk, slowing the flow of water going down this drain, or completely blocking it for that matter. So a couple things that we're going to want to do. Step one is hot boiling water. Just grab yourself a pitcher and go ahead and pour it down and see if you can loosen everything up. In this case, we were able to clear our clog just simply with some hot water. That'll loosen up the gunk that's in there. Now, if that doesn't work, it's probably loosened things up a little bit. The next step we're going to go with, step two, and my personal favorite is going to be baking soda and white vinegar, or even apple cider vinegar will work. And we're going to simply use 1/3 of a cup, equal parts, baking soda and white vinegar. And guys, this is something I actually recommend doing even just monthly to your drains if you have slow drains. Now, you might have a house that has old cast iron waste lines or old galvanized steel waste lines that are just continually shrinking over and over and over the years, just getting smaller and smaller. This will help to keep things open, keep things moving until you can ultimately replace that with PVC plastic waste lines that'll move smooth all day long. But Warriors, it's this simple. 1/3 of a cup of baking soda, we're going to get that down the drain. And then we're going to use 1/3 of a cup. In this case, I'm using white vinegar. You can use apple cider vinegar if you have that on hand as well. And I'm going to pour this into the sink because I want to wash down all of the rest of this stuff. Get this down. You're going to see it foam up. It's going to get in there and just let it sit. Let it sit and do its job. You'll hear it bubbling up. Once the clog is clear and everything is moving, you're going to want to go ahead and either use the rest of that hot water that you had sitting around there and clear it all down the drain. If that doesn't work, we're going to go on to step three, and we can see that this is still moving a little bit slow. One of the things to check is that if you have a drain stopper built into your sink, in this case in the bathroom, we don't have the stopper here, but we still have the lever, and I'm looking right down here, and I can see that that lever arm is still there. A lot of times hair and other gunk is going to get caught on there. That's a likely culprit, but in step three, we're going to go ahead and use a drain snake. This is just one of these zip tie style, we call it, drain stakes or drain sticks, available at a lot of local convenience stores, hardware stores, even the grocery store will have these in some of the home maintenance aisles. And they're really simple to use, right? It's a big long piece of plastic that's got some forked teeth on there, and you're just going to want to get that down into the bottom of the drain there, work it around. The hooks will grab on to any kind of hair or gunk that might be in there. In this case, we don't really have anything really to grab onto, so we might have actually pushed down whatever was in the drain that was moving slow. So we're going to go ahead and turn the water on and see if we're moving down. And yep, it looks to be moving clean and smooth again. Now let's say that didn't work, but you might have actually pushed down the clog a little bit further. One next step you could try is actually a flat plunger, right? Get a flat plunger, get the water fill up in the sink, and just slowly start to oscillate that water back and forth in that trap. You don't want to give it so much pressure, though, that you blow your P-trap off down below in your sink. Then you'll have a whole other mess. But that will also give you the opportunity to check your P-trap and see if that's where the problem is. So if the snake doesn't work and the plunger doesn't work, the last thing is that we're going to want to try some of the commercial drain cleaners that are available. Now, this is going to be a touchy one because anybody you talk to at the hardware store is going to sell you on something different depending on which day you walk in there and who you talk to. Quite honestly, at the end of the day, I like to go with a simple Drano-style overnight product. Something that you're going to pour down the drain, you're going to leave it sit there for a minimum of 8 hours, so that it can work on breaking apart all the stuff and all the gunk that's in there. As you can see, we were able to clear this drain with the vinegar and baking soda solution, and guys, highly recommend it. It's my #1 choice. 9 out of 10 times I can clear a slow-moving or even a completely clogged normal sink, kitchen sink, bathroom sink with this. The more it bubbles, the more it gurgles, it does its work. A lot of times you'll see the water rush right past it, which brings me to that last point about this though. I also recommend, if you have problems with slow drains, maybe it is old plumbing related, use the vinegar and baking soda once a month, once every 2 weeks, and just help to keep those clean lines down there. Put on your monthly checklist for home maintenance. If you don't have one of those, leave a comment down below. I'll send you a template on one that we use in our house and recommend to all of our customers as well. Now let's get on to toilets, because that's a whole different ballgame, and you definitely don't want to put baking soda and vinegar down a toilet. Contrary to popular belief, it's not recommended. The P-trap in a toilet is built into the toilet. It's not down below the floor, and you could be in a whole different situation, blowing out wax rings and all sorts of things coming up the seal into the tank. Not good. But let's show you what we can do with a toilet. Now, warriors, when it comes to dealing with a clogged toilet, we're dealing with a whole different situation, right? We don't want to put any of the baking soda and vinegar down there. A lot of times we're dealing with a clog somewhere right here between this hole and the trap that's built into the toilet before we get to the wax ring. So a couple things to take into consideration. Is this an ongoing problem? If it is it related to the toilet paper you're using? A lot of soft toilet paper can regularly, routinely clog up the toilets. It could be a plumbing issue, like we talked about cast iron and galvanized steel waste lines, and those are likely culprits for routinely getting clogged. But in this case, we're probably dealing with toilet paper or just an overload of whatever went down there. Maybe you got kids flushing something down there. Wipes, they are never biodegradable. They are never sanitary safe or septic tank safe, guys. I don't care what the packaging says. Don't ever flush wipes down the toilet. That's probably the #1 thing that I see on the end of a big snake when we rot out a toilet line is wipes. I know it happened with us too, with one of our kids' potty training. There was lots of wipes getting thrown down there. The first thing most people are going to do when they're dealing with a clogged toilet is go for a plunger. We're going to talk about these 2 plungers, which one you use, which one you don't use. You don't use the flat style. That's meant for a sink, that's meant for a bathtub, it's meant for a shower stall. It's got that flat surface on the bottom of it that'll get you right in there really well. You're going to want to use one that's more of a flange style. It's got that home at the bottom of it. You're going to get that guy right in there, and you're going to be able to give it a couple little pushes. And even just that's going to flush your toilet for you. In most cases, that's going to be enough to push that volume right down there. Now, if that doesn't get the job done for you, or you live in a house where you're routinely dealing with clogged toilets over and over and over again, like I said, it's probably somewhere between the hole and the built-in trap in the toilet. That's where we bring in the toilet snake. Guys, many of you have seen these toilet augers. They got a handle on one end, and you've got this curve at the other end right down here, and this big old coil that's built right into it, right? But this coiled end right here, a lot of people are going to try and just shove it down there. That's not how this works. If you can see, pardon the noise, at the end of this, you're going to want to pull the handle all the way out. And as you do so, you're going to have the tip of this thing right there at the end. Now that little coil is meant to be cranked so that you can catch whatever wipes or toilet paper or whatever got stuck down in there. And the curved end of it is actually meant to protect your porcelain bowl, which is why you don't want to use a regular drain auger in a situation like this, or a drain snake in a situation like this. You'll see toilet bowls that have a lot of marks down in here, and that's exactly what was done. In this case, this is meant so that you can actually stick this down into the hole, get past the point of visualization right there, and then you're going to just take the handle and push down. You can crank it if you have to. There we go. And that'll be enough to clear your clog and get you all the way down past the flange where the wax ring is. The other nice thing about these toilet augers is that they're actually made so that the length of them doesn't go past that wax ring, so you don't end up damaging the wax ring. With a plunger, you can blow the wax ring out, and then you've, again, got a whole nother issue that you've got to deal with. Then when you're done, I keep a rag with this attached to it, and I'm just going to wipe it as we wipe it clean. As we put it back in its parked position. Flip that guy back up on the top there. You could do it with gloves on, doesn't matter, whatever you guys are comfortable with. Wash your hands when you're done before you go make dinner. And it's as simple as that, folks, whether we're dealing with the bathroom sink or the kitchen sink. I did say if you're dealing with a kitchen sink that's got a garbage disposal attached to it, you're going to want to deal with it a little bit differently. Click subscribe so you can get notified when we drop our garbage disposal maintenance video coming out soon. And dealing with the toilet. Really, guys, this is stuff that you probably already have around your house. Most homeowners are going to have the plunger on them. Just make sure it's the right kind. And why not go ahead and grab a toilet snake while you're at it? I recommend all homeowners have them because who really wants to call a plumber out for emergency service on a weekend in the middle of the night because you got a toilet? The only one in the house that doesn't want to flush. Guys, it's really that easy. A lot of this stuff is around the house. Like I said, baking soda, vinegar. The drain snake, you can grab at any of your local stores, even the grocery store is typically going to have them. Saving yourselves a lot of headaches by doing it yourself and saving some money along the way. Give me a like, give me a subscribe, JR with Warrior House DIY. We'll see you in the next video.